on, guys? Welcome back to another Moon Monkey Trades video. What I'm talking about today is trading Apple earnings. I typically like to trade Apple a week to 2 weeks leading into earnings, not necessarily holding with earnings. Usually Apple reports earnings after hours. I try not to do that. What happens is when a stock reports earnings, all the volatility goes away, and it takes a lot of stock movement to make money, because once that volatility leaves, it automatically drops the price on your options. So I usually trade Apple leading into earnings. If you look here on my chart, we'll go to Apple. AAPL is the ticker symbol. Apple has a really good success rate if you are trading Apple 2 weeks out. Look at the history, past earnings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's about 2 weeks worth of trading out. If you bought it 2 weeks out, you would have made a profit. Same as the previous earnings. Doesn't work out every time, but the majority of the time it does. That's one reason I like to trade Apple. We are also at a good price. We're trending up. Everything looks good. We could use some more volume. I've actually been in this trade for a few days already. We almost got out of the trade due to the Biden news. Apple and the market sold off sharply in just minutes based on the 40% capital gains tax news. If you looked at my previous video, we had support at 132 and we just touched it, and for that reason I held on to the trade. It's also a good place to add to your position or get into the trade in the first place. As I pointed out last Sunday, that's what we were looking at. That ended up happening and working out for us. I actually added to my position, so I have 6 calls total. So my target for Apple is going to be the 136.50 price here in this zone up here. I'm shooting for 136.50. Hopefully we get more out of it. If it really pops and I make a good profit on it, what I'll end up doing is selling all 5 of my 6 calls and maybe hold that 1 call overnight into earnings. I don't typically do that. It just depends on what the risk is, and how I look at the risk for that is, how much room do I have to go up to the upside? I don't have a whole lot of room to the upside, but there is potential to make money, especially with options. So I wouldn't go and buy individual shares, because you're only going to make a couple of dollars most likely. One thing I look at is earnings whispers. Go to earningswhispers.com. They have a paid version. Some stuff you can get for free, but one thing you can get for free is a lot of times they give their earnings expectations, basically comparing what they think versus what analysts think, and it's a really good website that you can go to and get an idea of what the earnings might look like. So rule of thumb for me is I won't trade earnings for an earnings beat if it's not at least a 5-cent difference, and I'll show you what I mean. If you go to AAPL in Earnings Whispers, as this over here to the left. Now down here where it says consensus, this is what the analysts believe that Apple is going to report, and this is what Earnings Whispers believes Apple is going to report. So based on this information, we have a 9-cent beat with Apple, which is actually huge, because if you take 9 cents times how many millions of shares, that is a huge beat for Apple, and if this is the case, most likely Apple will jump on earnings. This is also good news to be able to trade Apple up leading into earnings. As you can see here, it tells you what time earnings come out, 4:30. That's after market close on Wednesday. Exit out of this here. And one thing you can look for is I would not buy Apple at the open. I would wait till about 9:45. If it gaps up in the morning, wait till about 9:45 and try to get the dip, or wait till 2 o'clock. 2 to 3 is kind of like power hour. Sometimes 2:30. Some stocks, especially Apple, will take off with just 30 minutes left to the close. So watch out for those. Those are good opportunities to enter this trade. Hope it helps. Hope you learned something. Comment below if there's other videos you'd like to see and have me go over with. But this is my trade that I'm looking at for the next couple of days. Thanks for coming back to another Moon Monkey Trades video. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win a free pair of AirPods Pro.